What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about it here. Here we are at about $2.55.8 right now. Looking at it on the daily time frame. In fact, you know what? I want to look at it on the 1 hour time frame and zoom out because I think that might help us a little bit today. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, it does look like we are postured to go to the downside. I assume we will. You rejected the 60 twice. You've been oversold once. You look like you want to get oversold again. You're below the 40. So yes, I think we go lower from here on an hourly basis. Does that mean today closes red? Maybe. Does it mean that, the next 3 days close red? Probably not, but a little bit of downside here, right? From below here to a high there. We are at the 786 coming up, 0.5. I mean, it's possible you could go lower than this low. It's possible you could go lower than $2.47. Maybe you see prices at about $2.40 to $2.31, somewhere in that area. It's completely possible, valid, that you could go down there. Let's acknowledge at least that you could go to 230 to 240. You're at 255 now. But I'm thinking more so that you probably find support right around here, either at 250 or at 252. One of these areas here, 250 or 252.7, I should say. 252.7, just below 253. It's either going to be a slightly higher low or a slightly lower low than this low, but I am anticipating you find a low that's above this. If not, XRP, maybe you do crash a little bit more, but that would be, I feel like it would be a bit uncalled for XRP. I mean, how much would that be from here, from this current price? That's a 6%. I guess it's not that bad. That's not that bad. I don't know. If I'm wrong, if you go below 250 and you do see prices that are lower than this low here, you go to 240 or lower, it's not going to be a bad thing. Because if we zoom out, we look at the 4 hour time frame, right? It's still a higher low in respects to this very big low here. But I don't think you do. I think 250 holds. Maybe it's, again, 252.7 that you find support at, but something a little bit lower. 4 hour time frame here, if we look at it here from a high to a low on the RSI, you got overbought and then oversold, rejected the overbought zone again, rejecting the oversold zone, but this time you did not cross the 50. You're back below the 40. You probably do. Yeah, I like it. You probably do go below this low here. But I'm not so confident if you go below this low right there. Right? And that, if I'm remembering correctly. No, am I doing it? Let's see. What was it? Yeah. It would be that you do go below this low here. Oh, okay. Okay, so under a different light here, I was saying that you would find support at 252.7. I want to take that back. I do think you go below this low. I think you do. I think you go lower. So 250 is a more likely target right now. But I'm under the impression you probably don't go below 247. Okay, so 250, like 251 to 247, that's kind of your target area moving down. Okay. And if not, then you likely will go all the way back down to about something that's probably around below 240, around 230 or lower, something like that. Okay, I keep repeating myself. Let's move on from this. Okay, 4 hour time frame looking like it wants to go down a little bit. 1 hour time frame looking like it wants to go down a little bit. I wouldn't expect anything dramatic to happen. On a daily basis, we look at this here, you do have lower highs and lower lows in your daily RSI, right? Something like this does make me think that you want to go down a little bit more. I mean, man, the more that we zoom out, the more that I am thinking maybe 230 or lower is possible. I know XRP can be tricky. It likes to fake you out, right? And a lot of people are anticipating that XRP moves up. So maybe we need to fake some people out. This is not a head and shoulders pattern, right? This is not a left shoulder here, a head, and then a right shoulder. That's not what this is, right? I know I drew it kind of ugly, but it's not a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's not what this is. This right shoulder is too low. If this didn't exist, if this little wick didn't exist, it would be a nice look for it, at least to some degree. We don't have the bottom of the shoulder, but what I assume could happen just by way of the daily RSI here, maybe we do go lower. Maybe you go all the way back down to $2 and you find support down here. You give validation to those people who are thinking this is a head and shoulders pattern, right? And then we just bounce from there and we go higher. That would be kind of weird though, right? Because I think most crypto is going to move up between now and the beginning of March. That'd be kind of weird. That'd be kind of weird for XRP. Because why would XRP, if everything else is moving up, I would think XRP is probably leading the pack, probably. High to low here. Golden ratio down, holding the 0.5. There's bullish things, there's bearish things. I don't know, man. The only reason that I'm more bearish today than I was yesterday is that We didn't have a positive reaction off of this area. The 1 hour and the 4 hour have developed more bearishly over the past day. And now this $2.10 target, $2.08, $2.05, whatever, it's come up a couple times and it makes sense, right? I mean, if we look at this even from a low to a high here, you know, 1272, 1414, the 1618, all right there at around $2, man, just right there. And the only thing you have to do to validate that for happening, let's see, you would have to see prices below, let's see, low to high. You'd have to see prices below. I mean, I don't know, man. Probably like 240. Yeah, you go below 240, and you likely will go to that $2 area. That'd be my guess. I think you do. I think you do. I was a little bit less convinced of it yesterday, but I'm much more convinced of it today. Yeah, I think it's been getting more bearish as I zoom out. I think that you do return to the base of this range, which has me a little bit concerned for crypto as a whole, because XRP, it's not Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, right? But if this thing drops, it's a very dominant crypto in the space. I would assume that you know, what would this be? Something of like a 19% drop? That just seems too much, man. It seems too much. 11%, anything of that magnitude for XRP would have to reflect poorly in the rest of the markets. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't go with the narrative that I'm expecting for the rest of cryptos, at least. Good to see XCN is pumping up a little bit there. Let's see. I mean, Bitcoin looks like it wants to move sideways forever on the 1 hour. Looks like it wants to move up from here. And the daily RSI looks like it wants to move up too. It could move lower. Even at that, like I don't see XRP. Man, I'm really having a hard time here, you guys. I'm going to stick with it. Okay, I'm going to be consistent here. I'm going to call for it. I think that we are in jeopardy of dropping down to about $2, just above $2, something like that. If you want to invalidate that from a low point here, no, I don't want to take that fib. I want to take the high to low. From a high point here to a low point here. If you want to invalidate that you go to $2 or anywhere around there within 10 cents above, 10 cents below, anything like that, what I would want to see is that you hold support at $2.30. If you can hold 230, I will have hope for you. 230 to 240, that original area we were talking about. If you can hold that as support, I'll have hope for you that you don't go down to $2, $2.08, whatever, somewhere in that area. But if not, if you cut through 230, if you find a daily close below 230, yeah, you're probably going to see prices drop about another 20 to 30 cents or more, right? I don't think you go below this low. I certainly don't. I would be surprised if you went too much lower than $2, but a little bit lower, I think it's appropriate to call here, man. The daily RSI looks bearish. The 4 hour looks bearish. The 1 hour looks bearish. Yesterday was not the day we were looking for. And then the 3 day and the weekly, they're both bullishly postured, but they take so much time. Like you could go all the way down and still be bullish. You could definitely go all the way down and still be bullish. And I think you do. But time will tell. I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels at this point. I'm trying to identify this pattern. Like, what is it? Is this just a slip? Do we just ignore that? I don't think we do. This is such a big deal in the crypto space. It's a very high market cap, but that's a very clean kind of area of consolidation if it wasn't for that wick there, right? And if you were to break out of this kind of trend line, I would think you go to your next area of support, which is right there at about 230. If not, maybe the following area, which is right there at about $2. I don't know. It all makes sense. To me, it just makes sense you would go down. Prove me wrong, invalidate me, right? Hold support at 230. Prove me wrong, invalidate me. Move up instead and close prices. Just get prices to something that's above like 285, 282. What is it? Is it 281? What was it? Get above 284. If you can get above 284, $2.84 on a wick, on a daily close, whatever, any price above 284, you're at 255 now. That would invalidate my theory that you go to 208. 208 or around there, give or take 10 cents, like $2, $1.90, something like that, right? Let's say $2, give or take 10 cents. That's probably a better way of saying that. That's my expectation. That's further away from 255 than 283 is, right? So 283, that's all you got to do. Keep holding support, break above 283. If you can do 284, if you can break above 284, you're no longer going down here, you're moving up. If you can find support at 230, 240 to 230, somewhere in that area, and move back up to prices that are above 266, and you move beyond that, right, you're likely not going lower, you're going to go up. So a little bit of downside is what I'm expecting for XRP. I didn't expect that in the beginning of the video, but that's I guess the turn that it took, and we're going to run with it, right? We're just going to stick with the TA. I hope it's wrong. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but that's what I'm going to stick with, right? Is that prediction from a high to a low here. I would anticipate that when it comes time to breaking out of this zone, you're not going to break out to the downside. You're going to break out to the upside. And whenever you do break out to the upside, I think you will see an immediate rush to this $6 area, and then a gradual rush or a continuation of this move that will take you up by the end of March, if not sometime in April, to $10.71 to $13.32, something in that area there. So this is where I'm expecting your next move tops off at, right? What do I mean by next move? I mean that if you look at the chart here, right, this was a move here, you topped off, you came down. That was a move there, you topped off, you consolidated. That was a move there, you consolidated, you came down. You know what I mean? This was even a move right here. This move here, consolidating. Whenever you make your next move, I think you top off at 1071 to 1331. That's not the end of the cycle. That's just the next move, right? I hope that makes sense. So I've got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I've given you the outlines to invalidate my prediction, right? I was thinking, I kept going back and forth, man, between going down, going up, and then I just settled with it going down. I'm looking at the charts. I'm being honest with myself. I'm being honest with you. I think that it does look like it wants to go lower. The 1 hour time frame does not indicate to me that it wants to go down a lot, just a little bit. But it could, this is just the 1 hour time frame. It could get uglier. The 4 hours, same kind of thing. But the daily is what's making me think that you really could see prices that are 50 cents lower than you are now. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.